This alley is reserved for pro-life. If you're like me, you want to train and educate your students, your children, about what it is when you grow up and you're making grown-up decisions. Grown-up decisions at 11 years old is not what you want your kids to be finding out. Especially if they're experimenting with sex. And there's a lot of young men and women that are experimenting with sex, so this is not like a man-bashing session. There are a lot of women that willingly crawl in the bed and realize that they're giving themselves over. They don't realize that when you are in a sexual relationship that you are conjoined to that person, like as if you would be married. Most people don't look at it that way. Let's go on about the next segment though. I mean, most women are naive and they don't mean to especially when they're young, you're inexperienced. With an experienced man like Teflon Don, he's experienced. I mean, he's been around the block a lot more than just a couple times. He's not a boyfriend either. He's the kind of guy that pops up in your life 20 years later. I don't know what he did for 20 years. I just can tell you this much. The Teflon Don, he's not a romantic type. He's not the Don Juan type. He's not the type of dude that you want to have issues with. So when I think about life issues on pro-life and life issues, pro-life issues means marriage issues. It's about what you want when you're a young person and what are the goals that you have to accomplish. Do you have to grow closer to your church? Do you have to grow closer to anything that is going to meet you to the point where you're going to get to say, I do? And there are a lot of programs now that are growing in Christ. Realize that this is a chance to get these relationships off on the right start, especially when you're young. If you can make these decisions on life at a young age, then you're ready to make decisions for marriage and children down the road. A lot of moms have to recognize their little girls are growing up pretty quick. When they're 11 years old now, they're going to be 21 in 10 years. So plan ahead. Plan that your daughter is going to be a wife and she's going to be honored as such. The Court of Public Opinion is a part of the Amateur Radio Network.